live, going live. I'm live. This is your Uncle Bill. Hello, niece and nephews. This is your Uncle Bill. I'm live today. And not only that, we're only going to do 30 minutes, 3 times 10. And Uncle Bill still can't do math very well. I don't know. I did really well in math early on. Hi, Bridget. Great to have you here. And it's you and me right now. I got 5 crazy things from my house. All sorts of things that I'm going to be critiquing. Probably not this week, most of them. But why don't we start off with a biggie? I just did a review on this on Amazon. I'm waiting for an approval from Amazon. This is a Rube tripod. This thing configures into about 1 million different things, and I really love it. And nice and concise, small, 3.6 pounds altogether. That's the tripod. The case is padded, has a huge head. And this is just number 1 thing that I'm going to be sharing today. Ugh, come on out of there. Look at that head. It's got a nice big ball, landing plate. This thing is quick release. You can just pull it right off. Not only that, one of the legs comes off and you can make a monopod that goes over 80 inches tall. Whoa, I used it as a selfie stick. Hopefully, I get my Amazon approval on my review because I do not post to YouTube prior to an Amazon approval. But this thing, you can configure it a million different ways. I probably configured it only about 3 or 4 during the video. And then this morning, as I was posting, I realized, whoa, I didn't take any pictures. So I whipped out my handy Canon SD 780. Why am I saying it is 780? Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking 280, but I said the right number, thinking the wrong number. Woo, I better slow down, right, Bridget? Anyways, that is number 1. Camera doesn't count. Number 2 is something that I think you should do when you're, where is it? It's right here. When you have old cases to things that you throw out, say glasses or a knife, you don't throw out knives. Usually you just replace the case. This is an old case to Leatherman. I used it for a phone for many years. I used to have a little Tic-Tac phone that fit in this thing. And every time I went to use it, I was out of range because it had such a teeny tiny antenna on it. It was a piece of garbage, but it had good sound to it. It was a good MP3 player. Now, this case I'm showing you because it's an eyeglasses case, and I just bought a recorder, and that's why this string is around my neck to remind me. See, rather than putting a string around your finger, I put a string around my neck. And hi, Andrew. Great to see you. The only thing you missed was a tripod, which is right over here. Uncle Bill's new tripod. It's a Rube tripod. I wouldn't recommend it for in the kitchen because it takes up a little bit of space, but it's rapidly reconfigurable. And I'm going to be doing a review both on Amazon. Hopefully it'll get approved, and one on YouTube. The next thing was cases. I was talking about cases and why not to throw them out. Here's an old glasses case. Now, what I'm sharing, number 2 thing that I'm sharing today is my new Sony digital recorder. And the reason why I have the lavalier mic around my neck was I tested it with my lavalier and it works. This is a Sony stereo. I was waiting for it to go down in price, and went up to 57, went down to 52, went up to 57, went down to 53, went up to 64, and I decided, well, I'm going to wait and see if, and it went back down to 53, and I said, I'm not going to wait any longer, because I was trying to wait until it got down to 40 something, but if you wait too long, you can lose on something like this. This is a nice little digital recorder. I wanted to try one out. It's small. I don't know how big the Zoom one is that everybody raves about. Just wanted to see what it would be like to have one that I could have on my side. Well, the problem is it doesn't come with a clip. Hence, here's my old eyeglasses case. And there's a nice little clip. And we put it in there. Number 2. Number 3, if you want to count the case. But I got all sorts of other things always. Going to cover the 5 things in the house. Or is it 5 things over here? I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to cover them, and then we're going to take questions and answers, and hopefully you all had a great week, Andrew and Bridget. This one is upside down, probably. Yeah, there we go. The General. It's the General screwdriver, and you can get these over at Harbor Freight. Usually anywhere from free, if you have a coupon, to $4, $1. You shouldn't pay more than $4 for one of these. They're great. I have a couple of them, probably about 3 or 4. I keep them in with my pens. Half the time I'm grabbing one of these thinking it is a pen. And that's number 3. Number 4, I found these today. Yep. Quaker Dip'ems. Actually, I found them yesterday when I was out shopping. There's a store that we have in the United States. It's not Dollar General. Dollar Tree is another one. But this one is a grocery bargain outlet. And I picked these up for 78 cents a piece for a box of them. Normally in the store, they run between $2 to $3. So saved quite a bit of money here. Handy little device for anybody who's watching their health is an oximeter. I bought one for Bridget. I have one for me, and I bought one for somebody else who I can't remember at the time. But these things, you just stick them on your finger, and let's give it some time. We'll see what Uncle Bill's pulse and oxygen is. There we go. Looks like 73 and 96 for my oxygen. Is that right? Oh, 70 was my pulse and 96. Now it's 72. Every time I move my hand, my pulse goes up because I'm moving. When you move, your pulse goes up, and it's amazing how fast and accurate this is. This is about anywhere between $10. Well, actually, I'm lying. More like $13 to $20, $25, depending on where you're getting it. And lastly, my Movo mic. This is my lavalier microphone that I use with my Movo Dual that I purchased a couple years back. That's why my sound is getting better outside. If you take a look at my old clips, like for instance, when I went out and I was doing my Camp Coffee series, that was all that was pretty bad sound. Anyways, any questions, anybody? Bridget, Andrew? And Andrew, I hope you're having a great day. It was good to see you in here, and hopefully you're still here, Andrew. Bridget, do you got any questions that are YouTube related? We can talk about other stuff on the phone. I can't type and think at the same time, or type and talk. Hope you're having... Oh, you did get your haircut today. I'll be looking forward to seeing it. Also, you reminded me, Bridget, you got mail. You have mail at the house. You want me to go grab it and check it out? Seeing as it's you and me. It's you and me against the world. Just a second. Oh, I just remembered I forgot one other device. I put it right around my wrist and everything just to remind myself. This is a watch that also will test your pulse. I tried a few different things. I found that the oximeter was about the best because that tests both your oxygen and your pulse. Be nice if it tested your blood pressure too. They have some of those devices. Andrew, it's great seeing you. I thought I lost you there for a second. My camera picks up breathing. So I was going to do a voiceover all my videos. Didn't want people thinking I'm a heavy breather. yeah. You can actually get around that with your by using a lavalier. Also by moving away from. Have you started narrating? Because I remember breathing from. Oh, maybe that's why you don't have your voice on there because the breathing. There's two ways to do it. One way is the way I do it because I didn't realize it, but because of, I guess, getting older and plus because the cancer and everything, whenever I breathe, I go, and I take in a big breath. And that comes through really loud and clear, even when I have this on. The other option is, and I've seen people do it. I haven't tried it, but if you use Audacity, whatever the heck it's called, I can send you the link later. Bridget, I'm sorry, I opened this up. I just did that, didn't I? While I was on camera. I'm not going to read this, but I didn't know if. Anyways, it's from Linda Gonzalez, and it's to you. Yeah, Uncle Bill is just not on the ball today. Normally, my kids know I don't open their mail, or at least try not to. I just did on camera with, you have the evidence. So when you take me to court, yes, Uncle Bill opened his daughter's mail. I didn't read it. I'm not going to read it. Thanks, Bridget, for giving me a pardon on execution. And I have my cup of coffee. Have a cup of pure delight. Yum. I'm doing a double on coffee nowadays. What I do is I have my morning coffee and I don't throw out the grounds. And then I have my morning coffee tea because it's more like a tea in the coffee. And did you check out my Smurrito video there, Andrew? That was a lot of fun. That is my own vintage thing. Hi, Fraser. Great to see you. We have Andrew from Andrew's Simple Cooking. He has excellent cooking. And we have Fraser Douglas in the house. He is famous for modern tent camping. He has 3 books, if I'm not mistaken. One is modern tent camping. Another one is motorcycle camping, tent camping, and there's a third one in there, Fraser. You can pop it into chat if you want. All is going well. I just reviewed a tripod that was kind of interesting. This was a Roubaix tripod, nicely built tripod. I only had one problem with the thing, and I've told them about it. It's on the top. They have some stuff that isn't in the instructions, which actually is a really nice feature, because I was thinking, oh, it would be really cool if I could take this head off and not use it, but it had a 3/8 inch thread. But you can actually back the whole 3/8 inch center rod out on this thing and flip it around, and on the very end of the bottom part of that has a 1/4 inch thread. So it was really ingenious. The only thing that wasn't ingenious is they really need a collar halfway down so that people will make sure not to put the threading in too far and then not have enough threads on their camera or whatever and lose equipment, or actually lose the screw down into the tripod, and I'm getting too deep into it. Back in 10 minutes. Okay, Andrew, that sounds about good. You'll be able to catch us right into the wrap up because we are only going for 30 minutes today. It was suggested in the past that Uncle Bill runs a little long. We'll wait until we get more people and more people want more stuff because we all like stuff. Fraser, I'm trying out another thing for sound. I took my lavalier mic, my Movo lavalier, because I like the Movo lavalier because it was my first lavalier and it's worked the best of all my lavaliers. I haven't tried a high-end lavalier yet. Maybe if they gave me one for free. Now, this is my old glasses case from Frame and Lens, but inside of it, woohoo, special surprise. This is my new Sony, literally came today, Sony stereo recorder. Not only that, it has a nice little USB port to it. So I can just plug it right into my computer afterwards. Takes an SD card also. It only has 4 gigabytes in the actual recorder, but it'll take up to 32 gigabyte card. And believe me, it takes a while to record 32 gigabytes of voice data. And 32 gigabytes of video, that doesn't take very long at all if you're at a high resolution. Just something I'm testing out. I'll let you know how it works. First test was really good. I did it in this room right here, and I did it just with the recorder, which picked up it was a pretty clean recording, but you could definitely tell there was a little bit of an echo. It picked up the back, and it picked up some road noise from outside. I put the lavalier on. It was a little bit quieter on the recording. There's a way that I can adjust the sensitivity. Literally, I got that mic, this recorder within the hour. So I haven't had it very long. And I might even do a review on it on YouTube because it's a nice low-cost option for getting some sound on you. People have been using those Zune H1N recorders, and they used to cost only about 30 to 40 bucks a while ago, and now they're around $114. All right, back in 10 minutes. Fraser, you got any questions? This is the Q&A portion, but I'm trying to keep up and be in there. I got a new way of brewing coffee. I had one of the things when I was doing the camp coffee research, the French during World War II, what they would do is they would brew coffee and then they would re-brew coffee. And it's kind of like tea. It has a coffee-like flavor to it. My morning cup of coffee is a pour over. And then in the afternoon, I have another cup of coffee. I don't add any coffee. Well, sometimes I add some coffee. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. But it's the same grounds with new water. And Andrew is back. Yay! Fraser, are you still here? Anyways, Fraser is a good channel to watch. He has all about axes and tent camping. It's mostly in the southeast of the United States, and sometimes he has guests. He was the one who got me going as far as doing things camp related. I told him about camping. I can't remember why, but it's probably because I used to do a lot of camping way back when. And Fraser, a channel that you might want to check out is my buddy Matt Holbrook. I don't know how far south he ever goes. He's mostly in Ohio. Real outdoorsman. I mean, if I was going to pick somebody that I was going to be dropped in the middle of the woods with, it would be Matt, because this guy is just amazing. And the cool thing is he's very humble. He doesn't flaunt his knowledge, but he has it. And not only that, anybody who can just pull out a TV dinner in the middle of a video out in the woods, my hat is off to him. Came in late, don't know much about recording equipment. Well, Fraser, you don't really need to know much about recording equipment because your videos have very clean recordings to them. I don't know how you do it, especially if you're out and about with the lavalier microphone. The advantage of using one of these, Justin Brown has a really good video where he uses duct tape like this. You notice how I have this is my mad scientist workshop. But what he does is he takes the duct tape and he rips off about, say 8 or 10 inches of it. It isn't very much. And he makes 2 triangles. First, he takes one and he brings it down. This is my super sticky tape. This does not fall off of me while I'm recording. I used the cheaper stuff the other day. So he just takes it like this, and then he take the clip off of it because I had a clip on it earlier. I do this all the time. About that far down, and as you can see, it'll stick to anything. And then he puts the other triangle right over it, just like that, and then just stick it right here, and you're all set, ready to go. That's how I've been doing the last couple of videos, and the sound was really great. Now, if I could just get those helicopters out of the sky, that would be really good too. Have I ever watched Gunsmoke? Oh, what is it? Miss Ellie? And Matt never went with Miss Ellie. They always had all that innuendo on that show. I loved it. And, you know, Gunsmoke was an adult. Actually, I think it was an adult series filmed to capture young bucks and their imaginations of the Old West. Gunsmoke, and then you had 20 Mule Team and all those good shows back then. And X-15, great ones. Oh, yeah. And they don't talk about bird watching much, though, Bridget. I was out walking around. And, yesterday, I went for a nice 5-mile walk. I walked down to the beach, and then I debated whether going out on the pier and getting some French fries. I decided against it. And I walked over to Dollar Tree, bought myself a bunch of candy. I'm hooked on these guys. Well, not hooked on them. I have to have them. But when you shop for candy, always get the kind that seals up individually instead of the kind, I probably have a couple of, because cough drops are always the other way around. This kind never lasts very long, where it's just all twisted up. And I've actually had the other kind where I've accidentally forgotten that I had one of these in my pocket and ran it through the washer and actually survived. Craziness. Well, Bridget, I'm glad that I made you laugh out loud. We have a little over 5 minutes. Anybody got any subjects that they want to talk about? Fraser, have you ever thought of, I guess, designing your own tent and having it manufactured, or having somebody else manufacture it for you and then sell, you know, this is Fraser Douglas's tent, you know, kind of like, what is it, the Air Jordans? You could have the Fraser frat tent. I don't know. Where frat brothers and while going to college could go out camping, modern tents. And it could be a canvas tent. All right. Read the rest of my comment above. Okay, sorry. Have you ever watched Gunsmoke? Chester says the best. Oh, I'm sorry. Chester says that the best coffee uses grounds from previous brews. You should see the clips of him talking about coffee. Oh, God, I'm going to have to look it up. I mean, if it's one thing, I learned the hard way the first time if you look at an old, I think I even renamed the video. I might have, because it is best espresso coffee from an Il Primo espresso maker. I think that's what I called it. And I had so many coffee snobs coming in there telling me how this was not even espresso coffee and this and that. And they all, pile on. And I literally stopped making YouTubes right after that for a long while. And because I was like, I want no part of this. These guys are not being nice. And thank God that YouTube has decided everybody needs to be nice now. But if it's one thing about coffee, people are very, very adamant about what makes good coffee. My friend Matt is hooked on cold brew and gave me a great recipe for cold brew. It's 5 quarts of spring water. You, on top of that, you put it in a container that you can fit in your refrigerator, and you put 3/4 of a cup of coarse ground coffee on top. You don't stir it in or anything. You just sit it in there and then put it in your refrigerator for 24 hours. I modified it to half a gallon, and I used fine ground because I'm a fine ground person. And I put it in for 12 hours, and then I stirred it. And then I put it back in for 12 hours because, Uncle Bill, he always messes with recipes. And it was good. It was really good. You take it out, and then you filter it, and then you drink it. And the way I filtered it was I found that my drip coffee fits right over another half-gallon container, just happened to fit my ceramic dripper, and the rest was history. I liked it a lot. The only problem is if you get used to drinking bitter coffee, which I have over the years, you miss the bitter. I don't know why, but you do. Any last words on Gunsmoke? Read the rest of my comments on Gunsmoke. I did that. And if anybody's looking to buy a reconditioned axe, I think Fraser has those for sale. What else do you sell, Fraser, right now? I know you have a store that you can go to, linked off of Fraser's channel. Check it out. A lot of great items. I should be wearing my Modern Tent Camping shirt today, but I'm wearing my waiting for nice weather shirt, and it is nice weather out here. Every day this side of the dirt is a great day. Thank you, nieces and nephews, for attending. This has been a great live. Been a lot of fun catching up with you. I'm going to hang for just a few more seconds, but I'm calling it quits because this is the 2:00 hour. And we said we'd only go for 30 minutes, and it's been 30. And I don't want to keep you up too long, Andrew. There we go. No comments. Love you all. Thank you very much, and have a great week. This is going to be critique week. I got all sorts of great critiques coming. Thank you. Bye-bye.